series of crimes in America.
Well then. So all the talking I've done in the stream so far, I've been live for... how long? I've been live for 20 minutes. 18 minutes, actually. I've been live for 18 minutes, talking the whole time, explaining what I'm doing, introducing the concept, telling Grimslag that I just packed up my green screen. And I forgot that OBS is set up with the voice mod system right now. I swear that voice mod thing causes me more grief than anything else. Thank you, Rybane. I can't remember whether you want to be called Rybane or I guess it's come out on stream before. That's Corey, folks. There's that wonderful baritone I've missed 3 mornings now. Lottoween, thank you for subscribing an hour ago with Prime. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Really encouraging me to keep streaming. Keep doing this thing. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Alright, so these walls, just like those ones, don't have any collision on them. Which is great if I want to move dudes through these doorways a lot. Or if I don't expect them to stand on top of the wall here. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Fortunately, with this one, as opposed to this, right, we have this very uneven tops here, so it was something of a question of what to do about that. This is relatively easy. I'm going to easily be able to fill in collision within this wall wherever I want it to be. Keep doing your thing, Max. Thanks, Grimslag. My thing right now is doing this instead of packing up this room. I am so tired. Oh my gosh, what a day. We just set up insurance for California. Rosie woke up at 4 a.m. last night. And it was, I had to take care of her. And even though I got to sleep in, I was still a zombie. Oh, God. So these ruins are great, except for the fact that they stuck this rock here that makes it all lie slanted. Anyway. So life is nuts right now. Actually, I should rename this structure to something. Oh, I need a Germanic or funny name for this ruin. Alright, so the one thing I'm sure of is I want you to stand, probably gonna do a corner floor here, and make it so that you can stand on it and have cover from that direction. It'll be open to this side, which is fine, for 2 reasons, because as I've mentioned several times before in these streams, moving date is April 2nd. Actually, April 1st, but flying out April 2nd. Probably. I don't know. I am so tired right now. I just realized that if we're flying out April 2nd, let the movers pack up all our stuff on April 1st, we're going to be here one night with no furniture? We'll figure that out. Slept in a bed for the first time in 4 days last night. I survived Big Ben without being eaten by a bear or mountain lion. Congratulations, Lottoween. You're a real man. What were you sleeping before that? Sleeping bag? Yeah, probably. Probably Grimslag. Oh, a hotel. Survive Big Bend. Well, you said in a bed. So, did the hotel not have a bed, Lotaween? I'm confused. Alright. I don't really know what to do with this structure here yet. Actually, Corey, I guess you're getting a preview of the map I'm working on. You said lots of buildings to explore. So, when you say a lot, you know, how about 18? Took my recommendation to heart, indeed. Is that 18? 1, 2, 3. Is it more or less? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's less, right? I'm so tired. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Potentially 21 buildings. Now, you might cut 6 of those out for a scenario like Treasure Hunt in Mordheim, because you don't count buildings that are inside the deployment areas, which you can see I've marked off 8 inches here. So you cut off 6, and you still, what did I say, 21? 6 from 21 is 15, so you still have 15 buildings, potentially, to explore. Yes, I took it to heart. I took it very much to heart. Lots of buildings. Now, I was looking through a lot of the other maps, you know, and the Mordheim City map, you know, we used to call it the good map. That has a lot of buildings to explore. The Mordheim City block is really cool now that you fixed it, Corey. I've taken some stuff from that, so this will be by no means the only option, but it may be the mostest. We'll see. I have yet to put stuff into the... It would be interesting on this structure. As it was stuff in the streets. It would be interesting to put a roof. Like a slanted roof? I could see there being a slanted roof. Oh wait, but then we'd have to put something up so that you could see over the edge. Nah. If I do a roof, it should be here. I haven't done any roofs. I was saying hotel for you on April 1st. Oh, gotcha, Lotaween. Is this for a D&D mission or some other game? So, it could be used for D&D. But it's being designed for the old Games Workshop game called Mordheim, which we have a league going right now, sort of run by Corey. We have a league going, and it's very, very fun. And we play online. So we need maps. And we play online using Tabletop Simulator. Let's stretch that out. Like so. Lock it. Move it up. It looks awesome. Oh, thank you, Rybane. Thank you, Corey. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I have some regrets. If I had it to do it over again, I would not have laid it out on the straight grid. It's sort of visually less interesting, and it's like sort of a principle of wargame map design, because these are the things I care about. To put things diagonally creates more of a sense of space, sense that things continue on beyond the square borders of the map. So if I had to do it over again, I would have done it diagonally. But I I started out making all this with, grid snapping. Which actually helped me set things up much faster. Unfortunately, it also kind of had the semi-expected effect of making things feel a little more rigid. And right now it would be way too much work to... okay, we're going to use numbers. Alright, so where is this thing? Position. The Y is 7.52. So we'll change that to 7.5. And then we'll make this one 7.5. Yay. I've gotten over my fear of using the numbers. Just don't tell that to my... I tensed up. I tensed up doing that. Oh, man. Alright, that looks good. Is this a tall enough parapet so that this guy can actually get cover? It's actually not. Should we take it down half an inch? That'll look weird with the arches. Like if somebody was of equivalent, like if this thing rose up or whatever, if someone was at equivalent height, he'd probably have cover there. Not much. We could make it go down a scoons. But any much lower and it's gonna cut off the tops of these arches and just be kind of ugly. So maybe we'll leave it where it is. I don't think anybody's going to need to stand on top of that. So I'm not going to worry about hiding some collision inside this thing. Rubble's Thunder Run Over uses cover, gain half hidden advantage. Rubble is good. Rubble definitely compensate for breaking up the alleys with debris and other items. Yep, that's the plan. Ruinberg. No, not too optimistic builders. Very true, Grimslag. I need a name for the place. Yeah. Y is pretty standard for height. A lot of 3D spaces use X for lateral movement, Y for vertical, and Z for forward, backward. Yeah, I haven't actually figured out where X and, or, yeah, Z are. Orientated on this table yet. But yes, the plan is to choke the streets here and there, but not overly so. So you know, I just haven't, I don't know, gotten around. I've got so many buildings to make. I'm sort of leaving the streets for last. Partially because, like, for example, over here, right, I'm not going to put this kind of rubble here. I'm going to put it kind of off of here so that it's spilled off of this building, right? So what I can do is, I don't really want to put it in front of the stairs. Because anytime you do something like that, it becomes just a tax. So I'm gonna scooch that in there, right? So now you can use this corner for cover, but you're gonna run into this rubble. So it's sort of a potentially interesting choice. And it matches the building more, right? So I have to, but in order to do that, in order to match it, I have to build the building first. So I'm going to get to the streets, right? And then it'll be more visually interesting. I'm already making more visually interesting adding the buildings, adding the mist, adding the smoke, adding the bridges between the city blocks. These are all 2-inch high, by the way. That's important for Mordheim rules, specifically. Tabletop's gonna make the depths in it, too. Hey, Strike! Good to see you, my friend. If this fight stands further with the village, he gets more protected. That's true. That's true. If he stands there... I mean, that's the advantage of being up high, right? It's like you get to control... You get to control that. Can he even see somebody down the street? Maybe this building's too tall. Maybe this building's too tall. I mean, it's nice. It's cool to be that tall. But I think this building might be too tall. I mean, I guess if you want the height advantage against someone in the street, you can just stand here. And up here is more for other buildings. Although that actually creates... Actually, having it be this tall creates some interesting counterplay. So if you're like... There's a dwarf engineer, or any Corey's guys with any ranged weapons, even if they have BS1. If there's like a guy up here who's like shooting down and you're like, he's killing us, then you can actually run up here and hide from him. Actually, I think this is working out. I think we're going to keep it that tall, yeah. So that's going to actually work out really well. The issue is that then he can't... It doesn't work because he... Okay, so we're going to have to extend the... We're going to have to extend this through the wall because you're like, oh, okay, well then I'm going to give up my cover in order to be able to see somebody down there. Yeah, that's the thing. If he can't see the ground from up here... then that creates a reason to stand on top of the wall. So we either have to shorten the building or give some kind of collision, and that should be fine. It looks funny, but that's fine. Alright, so now he can see someone down in the street, hopefully. Yeah. Alright, did it pop through? It popped through. Should be good. It's not emerging from the stone here, is it? Well, it is if you get in there. Maybe we'll just shorten it this way a little. I mean, it's a broken, it's formerly a floor that's now broken, so it's not going to be perfect for you. Gonna make the depths in it too. Yeah, I'm wearing my depths shirt today. Another dad at the park was like, ooh, I recognize your shirt. What is that? The rubble doesn't match the building. I'm out. Good and stuff, Max. Attention to detail. Sniper. Rybane feels personally attacked. Oh, man. I was just trying to kid around, man. I was just trying to kid around. I'm not in San Diego yet, Strike. Moving at the end of the month. And boy, does a lot go into moving. Holy smokes. I am bitter, by the way, about Corey's shooting because of several incidents, but one incident in particular that involved my leader getting a chest wound from a skink, a gosh darn skink. So now I get to make jokes about it. Alright, so if you're like, I really need to be able to shoot somebody straight down below me, You can move them all the way out there. And it looks a little funny, but I'm not too worried about it. The advantage of that is that you won't have to worry about balancing someone on that surface. I think that's fine. Alright. If the rubble doesn't match the building, I'm out. Maybe we should throw some rubble in here. I think this is... one of these two is going to match best. We use that for our ash. In the Baudelaire house there. Let's see how this type of rubble works over here. Looks pretty good. Alright, so where do we need rubble in here? I don't want to put it right in front of any of these openings. Right? Same reason, probably right in the middle. Because if it's in front of an exit or entrance, it just becomes a tax. Just becomes a movement tax to get in and out. And then it's just dumb. It's not a choice. Whereas, if we put it here, then there may be a choice. It kind of slows you down if you're trying to just cross the building for whatever reason. You're gonna might have to interact with the building a little bit more. So, it's a little less believable there, but that's okay. We're going to put some down in the street. We're going to put some down in the street there. I still need a name for the house. Same in Germany. Strike. Warhammer Fantasy. Fantasy German name. For this building. It's going to give our ruins a sense of history. In before he can't move because airports get shut down due to Corona. Oh god, I hope not, man. I really hope not. Airline tickets are cheap now, though. I really hope not. I really hope it doesn't disrupt the move. No school on Monday for like 2 weeks. Dang. It's crazy right now, guys. German building name? No, like a family name. So the concept of this map is that it's the slums. It's the former slums of the city called Mordheim. Alright, and now they've been wrecked. They've been ruined. They've been smashed by weird stone comets falling from the sky. And so these were the slums, so we have these buildings. So this is the Hardenberg house, right? So it gives it a sense of history. So if you mouse over it, you know, it's not, I'm not like writing lore for each building. But just giving them a name gives them a little bit more sense of cool sense of realness. Of history. Mueller is a common family name. Yeah, but then I have to remember how to do the umlauts over the U. On this keyboard. My sheet for that I took from my post-it from CSC, but it's like in my car? I don't know. I sure hope I took all that stuff. Schneider or Mayer? Oh, you know what? I ended up not using Steiner. And this is stone. It's the Steiner. Is it a house, though? It's like got these big doors. Was this a house in the slums? I don't know what building this was. Actually, we could call it, what's your favorite, what would have big doors like this? A bar? A beer garden? What's like a slummy bar name? St. Peter's Church? Could be a church. Could be a church in the slums. Maxhoffen. Remember that this map is for my friends to play with, so I'm not gonna just name everything Max, Max, Max. Brauhaus. I like that. Oh, Maximilian Sal. These are all real places. Neat. Brewery. Okay, we're gonna that gives us a concept now. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we have a concept. We're gonna throw in a bunch of like bar-like things and what's a cool name? What's a cool fantasy name for a Brauhaus? Brauhaus. Or what's your favorite bar in Germany? Or what's one from literature? As like a neat reference. Or like a joke. Kegs, exactly. Hauna Brauhaus? What? Why can't I select you? I guess it doesn't matter, I don't need to. Alright. MJ's update today, he named it after you a mini update? How is that naming it after me? Breweries usually have city names in Germany. Would you have a brewery in the slums? Mordheim Brauhaus. Cool. Or would it be Brauhaus Mordheim? I don't care. I'm not doing this again. Mordheim Brauhaus. Bing, bang, boom. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we have a concept for what this building is going to be, too. We got a lot of buildings to build here. Where's my crates and barrels? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot we had all these things. The large ones. Look at these giant kegs. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to grab those. I never did use that. That's okay. We're just going to fill the Brauhaus with barrels, man. That's what's going to happen. Here's a broken barrel. We can use that, too. Alright. Just going to group all this close together and copy it. Brauhaus and Mordheim, or Mordheim Brauhaus. If you want to go proper German, Brauhaus Navy style, you go with Mordheimer Brauhaus. I just don't want to change it again. But that would have been nice, yeah. That might be better. Bing. Okay. Alright, so we're probably putting... Ooh. One thing I want to do with this building is make a ramp that animals can go up. Rather than like ladders. So, but we are going to put ladders up into each of these openings. Why don't we do that right now while I'm thinking of it? Got a lot of buildings to make here. But if each one is cool, then the whole thing will be cool, right? Bam. Ugh, come on. But, dude. What? Is that... Really? This thing doesn't have collision all up here, but it has, like, collision sticking out of the frickin' floor? No, there we go. Just some weird angle there. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, well. It's annoying, but we'll just lock it and move it. There we go. Alright. So I do this because my principles of map making here are to make verticality worth it. One thing you got to do is make it easy to get in and out, to climb stuff. You need a ramp for the kegs. I don't get it. What do you mean strike? By the way, it occurred to me last week that the reason law is in Ludwig is unrelated to the most common English definition of law. It's more related to the Scott meaning of the word. I thought it had to do with Halloween for some reason. Alright, so I'm thinking of putting rubble in the middle. Okay, so this is easy actually. We just, we've got, this building is nice because it's got cover on all those sides. But what if you need cover from the other direction? Well, then you've got these barrels here. Don't you? Oh, I could get my stack of barrels out here too. Gosh, I think I'm gonna. The giant stack of barrels. Objects. Nope. There it is. A large stack of crates and barrels. It's called large, but it doesn't come large. Alright, there we go. Gotta increase that size. Oh, huh. I've been using this thing upside down. Yep. Okay. That would explain the tearing that I've noticed elsewhere. That's almost too much cover. Or at least it's a little too hard to access? I don't know. Maybe not. What's the ramp? Maybe like a bar to hand out beer for guests would be a nice place for cover. I hope beer kegs are throwable objects. Alright, let's see about what we can do about making a bar. Oh, there's that roof. We're gonna think about that roof. Doors. Gosh, guys, I'm tired. Keep going. Keep going. This table might stretch out to a nice bar. And then we've got pews that might, I don't know, bar benches? I don't have a stool. I want some stools. And not like a stool stample like the man with no screen name is thinking. Probably. That would be a horrible use of your explosive beer kegs due to gases from the fermenting process. Yeah, so one thing I'm gonna do eventually is make a map with a bunch of hazardous terrain. I'm just sort of waiting for that to, like, be necessary. It's not gonna really look like a bar. It's gonna look like a long bench or table. That's okay. That's alright. It will look okay. Alright, so I'm just kind of tossing this in here as if I'm hoping that it's just going to suddenly turn into something that makes sense and is cool. Okay. Oh, alright, we do need to put some cover here because, as I mentioned in my last stream, these corner issues, these corners can be issues if I don't extend them. You know what? Maybe I'll just solve that problem the way that is easy. So the problem, here's the issue, right? The way that these stairs work is they have, they're like one big step in the middle, right? So they have collision in the middle, like that. And the problem is that what if I'm putting my guy on the stairs and I want to get cover from someone over here? And if I have the building here, it works fine. Well, by some definition of fine. What is he on? Oh my god, it's the floor collision from this. It sticks out. Alright, well, it's functional. It's a little weird. Invisible. Annoying, dumb collision. I could sink the whole building down. If I wanted. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Anyway, it will work. So you can stand there and get cover from someone over there, right? But over here, he can't. Because... or at least it's a little bit weird, because the collision happens there, right? Because it's like this edge of the step. But it's like I want him to be standing here so that he can kind of crouch down behind this corner and get cover from there. So, right? Like if someone was standing there. Now if I extend the stairs, like one space this way, then that's not a problem, because then you can stand on the flat surface and get cover from that. I might do that for this building. This building is nice. It's just I made it smaller than the... I regret this. I made it smaller than the matching up with the edge of the block here. The edge of the city block kind of thing. And I don't really know what to do with that, because guys can stand here, but it violates my map building principles, because why would they? Right? You're not going to have cover. You'd much rather get up here. It's not that hard to get up there. So really the only reason to stand up here is if you're trying to do like a diving charge onto somebody. I don't know. But it would be a lot of trouble, and I really like how the Hardenberg house turned out, so I don't want to rebuild it all from scratch bigger. That's the problem with that building. We're focused on the Mordheim Brauhaus. Gonna need a bigger basement. I'll split the difference with you if you just ban beers made by Budweiser and other Coors. We're all talking about alcohols. Shoot holes in the kegs to create a slippery puddle. Horrible use of a beer keg, it happens. Yeah, they become explosive over time. It's kind of neat. I mean, it's not neat if it's something you have to deal with, but it's just neat science. Okay, so we have our broken barrel here. That's just to look cool. We're just gonna put it up there. It doesn't do anything. Alright, so we've got some cover now lined up over here. So if I want cover from this side of this corner, if I'm playing a surprise attack mission on here and I need to set up somewhere where I'm far away from my own dudes, but he could come in from the edge, I can set up behind this barrel. Right? So it's nice that way. And there's a sort of a cost here because I'm going to have to deal with this rubble. I actually like this position of the rubble quite a lot. Alright, we need to move these out. Now, why am I moving these farther apart? I'm moving them farther apart because... oh, here's an idea. You know what would be cool? Although a lot of work. But I'm going to do it. It's not that much work. We're going to grab this. So I was just thinking, like, I'm setting up these barrels on the edge, but if this is a ruined Brauhaus, right, like, it would have had walls that matched the rest of this. So, we're gonna... Come on. Where did that spawn? What on earth? Oh, over here? Okay. Found ya. Let's unlock that. Oh, look, I spawned it multiple times. Didn't really need to do that. Ugh, rotating that thing is a pain. You can create different rotation points, but I haven't really figured out how that works. So we're gonna... Will it work? Oh, come on. What? What? Man, the floor collision on these things is like really weird. I think it's hitting that side, sure. But like, what's it hitting over here? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright. So we're gonna cheat on this a little bit and make it look nice. Or not necessarily nice, but more believable. Ooh. We can even make it popping through. Oh, yes. I'm actually going to be doing that everywhere on the map. I'm going to make these little arches, right? And I'm going to sink them into the sides of all these city blocks so that there's not just this boring flat texture. And, you know, it'll look like either a walled off archway, a walled off door, or, I mean, it's just a thing in architecture that is done to add strength to a wall, is you have these sort of brick patterns like that. All right, now how much should it stick out up the top? This is way too much. So maybe... That's interesting. That's kind of aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? Oh, except for over here. We can fix that. So we'll fix that in a minute. Let's see. So now I'm glad that there isn't collision on the top of it, right? Does that look right? I don't want to deselect it because once I do, I'm never going to be able to grab that thing again. It's a little weird with this texture coming through. So what if we did move it up a scoons? Is that better? Looks a little weird over there. Not that weird. That's pretty cool, moving little walls up and down. Cube should do this. Good evening, Taladar. Hey, Taladar. Taladar is the one who made that awesome intro, if anyone saw it at the beginning. While my microphone was still muted. Hey, 10 viewers. Double digits. Cheers to that. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Did I miss a stream last night? Yes, you did, Taladar. You kick the barrel down the willow and make it smash an opponent. We're all here to see the walls go up and down. It was very exciting. I really appreciate anyone who comes by and hangs out. Huh. Okay, well that's one potential issue. I don't see that as such a big deal. There's a touch of Collision. Oh, that's from the base. I don't know, guys. Should I sink this thing so that it's just gonna stick out elsewhere over here? It's so annoying. At least it's not an issue there. Oh, but it is an issue there. Wait, is it? No, that's not that big a problem. Yep, there it is. What is with this structure? Oh my god, that's so dumb. Why does it work like that? It's got this really wide, invisible base. It's just not meant to be. That's so annoying. Alright, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. I guess the question is, I think I like it like this. It's pretty thick, but I think it looks good. The other option, oh right, I'm never gonna be able to select it again. Hey, we're stuck with it, folks. I deselected it. Ah. Alright, it's fine. It's a little bit thick. I was thinking maybe go back down to just the top ridge sticking through, but it would be so much work. What is it, below? Is it below the table? Let's see. No. It would be so much work to get that thing grabbed again. In fact, my camera's messed up here. Huh. Boy, from that angle you can really tell where the mist layers are. Not much to be done about that. Alright. This is coming together. Alright, so our Mordheim Brauhaus. Alright, so this is all the same. It's just, it's still there. It's just, this side has been sort of raised down to the foundations. Right? And we want something there, so let's grab a barrel. Here? We can stick it there. So now, why is it so important to have a barrel there? For anyone who missed the explanation earlier. So if a guy stands here, right, you're not annoyed, right? Because the way the stairs work is they have like one big step in the middle. But it's like, I want my guy to have cover from someone standing over here and shooting at me. So now there's a barrel there, so you don't care. It'll work fine. Alright. I'll spawn some barrels too. Alright, so I think that'll work. That should work great. Just move it right up to the edge there. Alright. Alright, so here's our bar now. It's kind of covering that doorway, which is weird. Okay, and I want to put the barrels over here, but within the foundations, as if the place was raised down to the foundations, but somehow the barrels are still here. Does seem like an unlikely story, but you know. I'm gonna stick one there. I'll stick one up there. Down here. That should work fine. That looks okay. That's already annoying to climb because that's a full inch. So we're not going to change that. Okay. So the reason I want these barrels to be spread out a little bit is so that a guy can move between them if he wants to. Wait, the spigots need to be on the other side, don't they? Yep. You wouldn't be standing outside the building and letting in the beer. Some big rock rubble in the stairs give a visual indicator the step is high in the middle. Well, yeah, but then the rubble will be floating. It's fine. SoCat, his eyes uncovered. I don't know what that's reference to. Does fog affect line of sight or just for visual effects? There is an optional rule set. This game has a lot of dedicated fans who kept it alive. There is an optional rule set for weather effects, and I think fog is one of those, Paladar. However, we're not playing with any of them, so right now it's just for looking cool. I'm just putting fog on every map. Shaka when Max's wall fell. Oh, it's a reference to Star Trek. Alright. Well, one thing I haven't really allowed for is a ramp. We still need a ramp, folks. I'm going to put this barrel here so that someone could get at least a little cover from over here if for some reason he wanted that, although I don't really expect that to come up very often. The ramp. The ramp that I want to... where I want to put it is like so. So we're going to have to move these. We have this bar, but I don't know what to do with it, really. Unless we put it... could work there. We'll get back to this giant barrel in a minute. Maybe that one fell down in the street. I don't know. I mean, our large stack of crates and barrels... I don't know, it really feels right to me. We could make the ramp going doop, doop. And why wouldn't we? Of course we're gonna do that. Let's see how tall this thing is. Actually, maybe I don't care. Wait a minute. But we don't want to make a ramp that interferes with someone coming onto there. So if the ramp goes like that, it would have to be stopped there, which would be a pretty steep ramp. No, we should make the ramp going like this. And then if you go partway up the ramp, you can actually hop onto the stack of crates. Heck yes. You can put some big rubber, but it looks cool, just curious. Yeah, sure thing, Teledar. I've got both green mist and gray mist. I just wanted a hint of the green, like, you know, the concept of this map is that it's the slums. It's the former slums now destroyed by the meteor. The Weirdstone meteor. Where was I? Getting a ramp. We need a ramp. Let's see. I'm not doing anything super different here. Alright. So we're going to stretch this out. I don't remember what I was talking about. Was I answering somebody's question? The one weird thing about putting the ramp here is that it kind of... No, it's not going to completely cover the rubble. It should be fine. Let's try it again. Well... It's not going to play super well with the stack of crates. Oh, I just had a totally different idea for that. Okay, I don't want it... Okay. How about... No. Come on. Whoa. How about right there? Well, it was perfect. It just wasn't long enough. Right, let's... Oh, wait. Maybe that's it. Perfect. Lock it. Move it. Or do we put it there so that someone could stand between the crate and the ramp? That's probably the answer. Okay, so now, in order to indicate that animals can indeed run up and down this, we're going to grab these things. That one. Alright. Heck yes. Good planning, Max. Thanks, Grimslag. Sometimes building has ramps going outside of the building. We could do that. No real reason why not. What on earth? Okay. What am I doing? I need to make it a little bit longer. And longer, wider, so that it doesn't roll. Let me copy and one. Put it about every 3-ish. Okay. Super precise with these things, as you can see. I'd like for them to be about every inch. But I'm just not gonna bother sweating it. Because, you know, when people are actually playing, they, that sort of thing just isn't going to make that big of a difference. Alright. Now there's this weird gap in the middle. Alright. There we go. That seems good. We'll lock that barrel too. Excellent. So now, might not work for this kind of top-heavy dude. Clunk. In order to get him to stand on there would be... may not even be possible. But some minis will be able to. And hey, it's a 6-inch ramp. Grips like, thanks for joining the Discord. Roll for disease. A windowless jail in the middle. Somebody opens the door, shrieking. Yeah. Sisyphus moment. Yeah, totally. My wife is going to bed. Alright. If I raise these things, it might help with that, actually. Whoa. I really need to start figuring out which side of these has the actual nice wood texture and stretch them out on that side so that you see it, but it never works out that way. Alright, I'll give that a shot. That's not gonna work. Who am I kidding? It would have to stick out so far. That's okay. Actually, wait, hang on. If I do this... oh my god. He's just too tall and top-heavy, these models. It's alright. It's never going to work with these. It'll work with some other models. Alright, can he stand there? Well, actually, no. He can stand there. The stack is a little bit touchy with its... So as you can see, I'm testing with the models, with correct size bases or even slightly bigger sometimes. Try and make it all workable. That looks weird. All right, it'll be good enough. I might be trying to cram too much into this little building. It's kind of becoming a thing where... So what's interesting about this building now is that you've got all these options for cover. You can come up here, have the height advantage. Animals can get up there. That's cool. And we have set it up so that the ramp faces the edge, which is important for aesthetics, for making it feel good, because as a player, if your camera is over here, you always want to, it's just like in a real retail store, where you always want the shelves to be lengthwise to the door, so that customers feel welcomed in and not blocked. So it's the same principle here. Oh, we could stick a barrel here, I guess. Or somewhere more interesting. That's not very interesting. Here. Now you've got a little hidey spot. Oof. Suddenly lagging a bit. Oh, good night to Lotoween. Thank you for coming by, my friend, and for subscribing with Prime. I really appreciate it. Hey, Ethan Hans. I'll try to be more conservative the next time I stop by, Max. Don't worry about it, man. Thank you so much for coming by. I really, really appreciate it. Good luck with the move. If I don't speak to you before then, thank you so much. I need the luck. Nothing wrong with top-heavy models, Max. Hey, Ethan Hans. It's going all right. I changed the name of this building. So we're going to use Schreiber somewhere else. Or Steiner? I don't remember which one it was. Ethan Hans suggested a bunch of names for me the other night. So we just built this building, which is our Mordheim Brauhaus. And I think it's coming out pretty good. That barrel looks a little weird with the collision there, but... I'm not sure anyone will ever notice. So one thing we could do is do this. I'm not sure. I don't want every building to be connected like it is in... Oh, so a bunch of you haven't seen my previously designed maps, actually. I could save this one and show you. What beer will be brewed in there? Well, the classic one in Warhammer Fantasy is Bugman's beer. Which is like a beer that's some dwarf named Bugman. It's like a beer that's so good it makes you immune to fear. Like it has near supernatural qualities. So, you know, we could call this a barrel of Bugman's if we wanted. There's actually a thing you can buy in the game. That's a barrel of Bugman's beer. Your warband drinks it and they're immune to fear. It seems it's a German brewery. Indeed. Well, you know, Warhammer Fantasy is kind of like this Germanic fantasy world. It's not really Germany, but it's not really not Germany either. I think that's a pretty interesting looking building. I really do. There's a lot going on here. There's an open area, there's some rubble to deal with if you're, you know, so you can't do anything, just cut across it without interacting with anything. You've got cover from every direction. You've got another level up, at least one other floor. It doesn't really have 3 levels of verticality. It really only has 2 within the building. And then 3 is if you include street level. Oh, but I was going to add something. Because I'm going to add another level of verticality. And if we do this, we're going to have to add another one. Because it might seem cool to make an area... A lot of people do this in war game maps, right? So when you start adding a lot of verticality, it's tempting to make these super hard to access areas, right? So like, even this isn't that hard to access, but you have, right? If I just left it like this, if you wanted to get to the top of the second page, it's like there's a piece of treasure up there, right? You have to go this way, and then this way, and then this way. Well, first you have to get up here, then you have to go this way, this way, this way. And what it becomes is either really annoying, and you would only, or it doesn't even get used, because you only would ever want... Well, the collision on that is interesting. You would only ever want to go there if you absolutely had to. So we're going to fix that by adding a ladder just to go right at the crates if you want to. Let's see. Will that be happy? It's fairly happy. We'll scooch it over that way, I guess. Just trying to make it visually plausible. That's pretty good. So if my guy wants to go over there, oh my gosh, he's so top heavy he can't even handle that much of an angle. Oof, there we go. He's leaning against the collision on there. It's fine. That works. As long as your camera isn't right there. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we have to add another letter. That's what I was saying. Ugh, but where? Should we make it from street level? Yes. This one's kind of funky. Actually, we're gonna need the double letter to make that look not terrible. So I've set that double ladder up previously, so that's actually two of these ladders linked with the joint tool. And then I just extend the top one, and we're good. That looks okay, except for the funky collision at the top of the stack of crates, which we will fix. We might be able to get away with this. How's that bottom letter looking? Screwed up. There we go. Fixed. There we go. Oh. Except for that problem. That's not fixed. Alright. Is that good enough? No. Jeez, the collision on this thing is gross. Alright. Starting to care less as we go through this. Alright, how's that? Ah, jeez. It's a little ugly. But it'll work. It's a little weird, but it'll work. I asked you played Diablo 3. No. I have not. You think I should call this level the Stair Ring Contest? I was just gonna call it the Slums. Mordheim Slums. Have a Bugman's go pull at Dragon's Tail. Totally. That's very Warhammer-y. The only thing that's making me unhappy is this letter isn't looking perfect. There we go. Now I'm happy. It's okay that it cuts into the wood there. Alright. I think that building might be done. We've got a lot of cover options. It looks pretty cool. Let's grab some more rubble and toss it around. Just throw rubble around. Actually, we're going to want some wood rubble here. So a little piece of wood rubble. Here-ish. Enough so that it's a consideration, but not like a major problem. Alright, so then where else do we want some rubble? Thinking... Also, should we make the rubble match? Oh, I've got these contrasting colors of stone. So we either grab this to match the darker stone, or this to match the lighter stone. Alright, we've got multiple access points here, so we're gonna stick some rubble in there. We're gonna shrink it. There you go. Where else? I feel like there should be some here for some reason. Oof, that rubble would be a big pain in the butt to deal with. There's not a lot of ways around it. I don't know if I want to do that. Actually, here might not be terrible. I think that's kind of neat. So once again, you've got like a choice to make, right? So you want to use this corner cover. Rubble at the corner is interesting. Because it gives you this choice to make. A barrel on the corner for cover. We did that, Ethan Hans. I put one here. For the exact concern that I was talking about the other night, which is if someone wants to stand here and get cover, the stair collision won't be a problem for them. And over here, you've got cover in two directions, but you have to deal with rubble. So if I want to stand here, right, where's my guy? If I want to stay in here, right, I can get cover from that direction. If I want to stay in here, I can get cover from this direction. Right, this direction. So yeah, corners. The side of the low level ladder. Here. There's a lot of... This ladder is really close to two things with cover. This and this. And there's cover up here. The other one. Similar thing. There's cover from the stairs on this side, right? So if my guy stands here, if someone's coming from this direction, right? He wants to shoot me. It's crossbow. We won't call out Rybane again, but in this case, this time it's not a dwarf engineer. It's a it's a lich with a bow, and yeah, he's got cover there, and then on the other side we've got the barrel still because we put it at the corner. No, the other one, the last you did? Oh, you mean here? This ladder. Right. So I've made this ladder very hard to get to. Why do you think that is, Ethan Hans? Right? You've got to... If you want a direct line to this ladder, the only way is to, like, here. Like, you're going to have double movement across this. You're going to double movement across this. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, so you might need your full move. And the reason is because this ladder is going all the way from a raised position inside the house, inside the, well, I call it a house, inside the brewery, inside the building, from street level, and it's very close to start areas. Or it's actually inside of a start area. So I could actually start my guy here at the start of the game and immediately climb that. So it's a very, very advantageous ladder. It's almost too good. Because with my guy's first move, he could climb this ladder. Like 6 inches or something, right? Dwarf, once his bugmans, he can run 6 inches up the ladder. It's almost too good. So I'm leaving it exposed and putting it between rubble. On purpose. Because that ladder has a ton of advantages. And I want to make it interesting. It might not be the smartest move because... It might not be the best way of doing it because you could say, well, Max, all you're doing is saying, if I don't start my guy here at the start, then this ladder is just going to be useless. And no one's ever going to want to run over here and use this ladder. And to that I say, okay, well, not everything can be everything. I mean, I could stick the rubble right on top of it, but then, again, it just becomes a tax. And I don't want to straight up tax anything. Alright, I think we're maybe done with the brewery? Is there like chest to loot stuff in this game? Depending on the scenario. So at the start of the game, man, I really want to play one and show you, but I haven't had time or energy. The short answer is yeah. So, certain scenarios, you place weirdstone tokens. And hey, we have a treasure thing. There's one where there's like a treasure chest, or one or two where there's a treasure chest. There you go. And so you might need to explore a building, like this building, in order to find the treasure chest. I don't know. Probably no one's ever going to use this ladder anyway. Okay. So, I don't know what to do about this. I really don't like this wall being here. It's just like, it's this easy terrain piece that I can slap on top of this thing. Automatically give it something, you know, up there. This, I'm gonna move, actually. Wait. That didn't solve any problems. Never mind. Same thing with this. It's like, it's the right size. But it's just not doing anything, really. Oh, good night, Ethan Hans. Good night, Grim. It's 11 here, too. I gotta go to bed, man. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming by, Grimslag, Ethan Hans. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting the stream. Really appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. All that stuff. Oh, you're not leaving, Ethan Hans? You're just hanging out at 4 a.m.? Well, later, Grim. These things are great because they make it so that I don't have this instant solution to what to put on here. But it walls you off, and it's sort of not interesting tactically. I don't know. These half blocks that I've got going on, they are not, they don't actually do what I want them to do. It's because they're harder to design for. Alright, well this one's starting to shape up interestingly. I think we're done with the Brow House. This will be our only social interaction at this rate. I know how interesting, depressing a stream can be when there's no one there to chat with. Well, don't worry about it, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Alright, so another one of the things that I think is interesting to do is to go have a contrast between high, medium, and low areas. Now, most of the buildings I've got built so far are pretty much the same height. Right? These two are pretty much the same height. These two are very similar height. I mean, there's some variation, but it's not extreme. And they all have really just one extra floor. Part of the reason for that is I like having this guy be the tallest thing. And I feel that it fits the slums concept to not make anything too tall. But we can have something low as well. So I'm wondering if this might be, since we've got something fairly tall here, something fairly tall here, what if this one was pretty low? And we could even make it really low. Like, we could delete this. Well, then it's not going to be convenient with that, is it? We do have a low section in the middle, don't we? So, whoa, that was too violent. So it may not actually be that cool. Ugh. To make it super low. But it could be a kind of a medium thing. I was trying to get crazy there. Build like the foundation got half destroyed as well. Work with some more glow. I could. Those look like the foundation got half destroyed as well. It's kind of neat. It's a neat idea. I was kind of enthusiastic about the idea that these things work well together. And just kind of instantly, like, I hope make it interesting. Is this something you have to buy in addition to Tabletop Simulator? An excellent question, Taladar. Actually, no. People have made this stuff for free. I know. It's incredible. People have made this stuff for free and put it up on the Tabletop Simulator workshop. And then I just go in and I like save it. And then I build my own stuff out of what they made. And it's amazing. That's astounding. But Tabletop Simulator is, yeah, just a platform for playing board games. And it's great. It's great. And you can play board games and you can play war games like this. I'm very unenthusiastic about how that looks. I just feel like it's walling off the interior of the map so much. Not letting me breathe. So yeah. It's 20 euros here. Cool, so did someone make the basic board? My friend Corey kind of did, actually. Well, I made this. I guess the answer is no. Or someone being me. I made all these city block things. So I think those things are interesting. We could fill this with rubble. just make this like a very undesirable sort of building. I don't know what would be the point of that, though. The foundation got destroyed as well. Actually, you know what would be cool to do for the foundation got destroyed as well? Is one of these side buildings. One of these half ones. Like this one or this one, for example. I don't know if that's... Well, we could shrink it and then and that could be cool. Rybane jumped in to answer that question. I found a Mordheim map builder on Steam Workshop, cleaned it up a bit so it worked with our blank map template, and Max had made some additions with other workshop items he's found. Yep. Corey's awesome. Maybe put two of the foundation blocks facing the outer side away so you can travel there and make it look like the foundation got destroyed as well. That's the baseline you use this for making you a map. Exactly. Podron and Steam, that makes sense now. I don't quite follow you, Ethan Hans. Facing to outer side away. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this area either. I could delete this block and put some like broken looking blocks here. And then it's like the stairs go up and then like the foundation was destroyed. Or I could do that here. Are there still armed forces in the slums? Well, the city doesn't have any official armed forces remaining. It's full of mercenaries, these war bands that are going around looting the place. And looting it all to heck. Alright, why don't we do the smashed foundation here. I kind of think that's interesting for some reason. We'll lock that. And we'll grab... so these blocks are 1/2 inch thick, which makes them good for climbable stuff. Climbable rubble. Put that there and flick it. Flick. And let's shrink it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what is going on there. Am I at some new angle or something? That thing freaked out on me. Okay. Bonk. And then we'll grab some rubble. I could shrink it into really small ones and chaos fill, but I don't want to make like 5 bajillion blocks Plenty of warbands duking on the area, as Rybane points out. Rybane is an awesome dude. Base game, yeah. Mercenary headquarters. Oh, that would actually be cool. I don't want to, like, just for this, you know, like, one little terrain section, like, make you load in, like, a bajillion, million, quadrillion blocks. And yeah, Taladar, I as well will be happy to, anything you might be interested in, be happy to point you in any direction. So for, like, example, these are Bob's building blocks, right? And on our Mordheim Discord channel, I could put this on the Supercommander channel too if you want. I've put, like, you know, load up Bob's building blocks as my recommendation. So this spot got a little interesting, huh? Should I make these blocks a different color? Too late. Too late. Let's grab some rubble. Pop that in there. That's a different color. I don't care. I am really tired. Today was... Oh no! I grabbed the wrong block! Oh no! What? No, it's still the wrong one. There we go. Oh no, I didn't fix it. Okay. You know what? It's fine. Oh my god, grab the rebel, please. Thank you. Alright, so this is a neat little trick I actually figured out on my last map. To sell the rubble idea visually. I'm just going to put some rubble underneath the rubble that you can stand on. And that should make it work. Alright, there you go. Smashed foundation. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. And we'll put a little more rubble in there too. I recently found... So I just keep pulling things from this one particular map that is like my favorite map. It's called like Mordheim City Map or something. My voice is starting to get thick because I am falling asleep. But we're just going to finish this one thing. And then we're going to call it. I missed some chats. Yeah, I'll put. I can put something on the. Oh man, I don't have time to make a Steam collection. Those of you who are subscribers, I am really going to get the emotes up on Twitch. I'm going to have that happen. You should add more rubble. Think about it, destroy. There shouldn't be any sharp lines. You're right. I am going to add more rubble, but first, I'm going to remember where I put there, that's a start. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh yeah, there we go. Ruined shard. There we go. Another ruined shard. Alright. That thing is huge. Bonk. It actually looks kind of nice. Oh, I wonder if that's been shrunk down from something. Might be. My idea is I'm gonna stick this. What did I do? What is R? I'm pressing R. Oh, raise. R for raise. That makes sense. If I. Alright, so if we stick that rubble there. Oh, it's over the edge of the map. But if we stick it there, I'm going to add a little bit of verticality to this building. So you can climb up that, and in order to climb up it, there's a half-inch block. Conveniently tumbled. Tired. Conveniently tumbled. And we're gonna flick that. Flick. Let's see, is that still 1 inch there? So we're just gonna spawn another one and knock it over and shrink it down. This. Did we lock this? We did. Okay. That's kind of interesting, but not a very playable surface. So, the whole point of this is, oh come on, flick tool, just make it work. And failed. How about now? Bonk. Alright. Boop. There you go. And so now you can hop, skip, and jump up there. A little bit of verticality. So, there you go. It doesn't have to be amazing. I think that's just kind of, just interesting enough. Just really a really smashed up location. Actually, if we don't use it this way, and we stand it up somewhere, there could be some useful, yeah. Then you can have verticality and cover up there. So, let's do that. Boom. And then we have one more shard we can use just to add to the crazy look. Like that. I think that's kind of neat. Lay some of the wooden poles on top of this droid foundation. Oh, so you could climb over it? So then it wouldn't be a playable surface, really? It would just be... eh. I kind of like the idea that if you wanted to, for some reason, you could stand here. I don't really want to make a bridge. I mean, you know, people can hop over anyway. They can just move there and then hop, 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 hop. If they're a fast-moving elf, they can probably get from here to here in one move. Alright, 2.5. Oh, is that really 3.5? Okay. Almost. You could get there in one move as an elf. So I don't think a bridge over this is really necessary. No, just for the destroyed look, a house will always have wood in it. Oh. Yeah, alright, well I have an extra plank over here anyway. I was just saying... Got to... Whoa! Kind of freaked out on me there. Whoa. That is not a happy texture. Alright, well that freaked out on us. I don't know what happened there. We're just gonna delete it. Okay, it's 11:30. Alright, I promised myself I wouldn't go too late tonight. Alright, this is coming along. Yeah, we'll put some wood in here next time. Ethan Hans is a good point. It'll look a little bit nicer. Oh, we have some here. Oh, it's so easy to convince me to keep doing this. So fun. Boom. Wood. Some wooden rubble as well. An important element Max considers when map building is that small objects aren't really obstacles in Mordheim. Any model can climb an object less than 1 inch tall for free. Exactly. Exactly. So that's why I was concerned with these being ½ inches. Alright, so these are each ½ inch. So now you could go hop, 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 hop. That's why I went to so much trouble to get the rubble lined up just like that. So if you wanted to climb up here, you can do that without making any special tests. And even an animal could climb up there. Alright, it's a small little building but I do kind of want to get the edge buildings feeling good. So that one feels pretty good now. And we've got even some wooden rubble in there. The small sticks you use for the Shriner house. Yeah, that's what I was doing. but the texture freaked out on us, so I don't want to do it more. I can stick some of those in, like here, and sticking up, or even sticking out of the side of this thing. Sticking out of the side of this pole horizontally. That would look pretty cool. Alright, but we will save that for next time because it's late. So thank you very much for coming by. Everyone, Ethan Hans, all the people in chat who are just hanging out. I really appreciate you. Let me see if any of my friends are around, so I can send you to their channel. Ethan streams sometimes, don't you, Ethan? Thank you to Taladar, whose outro I'm going to be playing. Let's see. You know, I've never done a raid before. Should we try to do a raid? Just for kicks? Good night, Rybane. Oh, man. Thank you to everyone who came by. Grimslag was here earlier. Lottoween was here earlier. Lottoween subscribed tonight. Man with no screen name was hanging out. Strike was hanging out. Thank you all very, very much for coming by. My raid only works if the people click yes. Oh, okay. You know who I've often enjoyed watching? I don't have any friends on right now. But another guy with a nice voice to listen to is Kang Gaming. So I've never raided before, so let's do it. Alright, folks. Good night, everyone, on my stream, and thank you. Good night, everybody.